she started from point A, you guys, and she's now to point Z where she has her own water bar and hydration station. Right? She done worked with Michael Vick. She done worked with the Miami Heat. She done went to Flint, Michigan. It's just an array of things showing that she never stopped. Alright, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. This is the first episode of From A to Z with WB. This podcast is all about entrepreneurs, business owners, all those who are in business and how they started, how they got from point A to point Z. I want y'all to tune in. I want y'all to subscribe. I'm going to have tons of different entrepreneurs every week. And we kicking it off this week, man. I got my homie here, right here. I got Vita in the building. I call her, every time I hit her up, I say, Vita, Las Vegas.
Exactly.
So we got Vita in the building. Vita, I want you to introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. Mm-hmm. And then we just going to get into it because you got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. So even off camera, what you told me, so I want to talk about all that.
Okay, cool.
So you introduce yourself, let them know who you are. The floor is yours.
So I'm Vita Jones, CEO and founder of Alkavita, Alkaline Water. We've been in business for about 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And it's been amazing. It's been a roller coaster.
That's what's up, man. Let's take it back. Like I want to go back. Like your childhood. Like what type of childhood? Like what was your brain like? Like what were you thinking of? What did you think you wanted to be? Like give me some insight.
So I thought I was going to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And honestly, outside of my personal business, I am because I'm kind of argumentative. But yeah, so my mom is from Miami. Like my entire family is from down south.
I didn't know you was from Miami.
Yeah, I
Look
told you
at that
a long time ago. You didn't believe me?
I didn't know
He was
that.
like, no, you're not. And I was like, okay.
That's what's up. A lot of people say they from Miami, but they'll say it's another like Hollywood or that's not Miami.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My mom, they were raised in Goose in Overtown.
Bro, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Goose,
aunt
Cutler
still
Ridge,
lives in Overtown.
Ferrara, Richmond Heights. Yeah,
Richmond
that's where
Heights.
I'm from.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So that's where the hustle comes from.
Okay, so you got it in you from jump.
Yeah, from my mom.
That's what's up. So you wanted to be a lawyer, but of course, you know that changed. Did you go to school? Did you go to college?
So I went to college, but I went for business, which was boring. But when I was in high school, I went to Fletcher. I'll run that back later. But I went to Fletcher, and they had a course for being an attorney for law.
Oh, okay.
So the whole classroom was set up like a law, like a courtroom.
Like a courtroom, yeah.
So we would do mock
trials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me in business. We did business and we had mock businesses. We had to get together as a group and show how we make a business and this, that, and the third. Yeah. So you wanted to be a lawyer. You're in this class. What made you change from wanting to be a lawyer? Like, what was it?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what made me change from a lawyer to a business person. Honestly, I don't know. But I still want to go to school to be a paralegal right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I still want to do it.
So even with everything you got
going
on,
that's still part of the business, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So if people don't know, we go back a while.
Puff paint shirt.
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody about Ladies of Couture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even down to having you the video shoot. You remember the video shoot we did with Taboo? Shout out to Taboo. I don't know where he at.
Where is Taboo?
I have no idea. He hit me up maybe 2 years ago just randomly saying, yo, I was in Vegas and I want to link up with you. I never heard from him again.
Oh, wow. I hope he's doing good, yeah.
Yeah, so, the video shoot. So, all right. Weren't you doing modeling at the time?
I started a modeling and promotions group called Ladies of Couture.
Yeah, Ladies of Couture.
We did a fashion show. Like, my first event was a fashion show back in, I think, 2009.
Yeah.
You were there. Didn't you feature? Yeah, we had your clothes at my...
Sure enough. Yeah.
What? Yes.
Yeah, we done did so much. It's hard to remember all those times.
We done a lot, yeah.
But yeah, I remember the fashion show. Because I remember that. Do you remember that night we shot the video that day and at the studio and all the things that transpired that day?
Yeah, a lot went on.
Wild night.
And rest in peace. What was the guy's name who was there that passed away? He used to do... oh my goodness, what was that club next to Plush?
Next to Plush.
Oh my
Leopard
gosh.
Lounge?
The other one. Oh my goodness. I can't remember. As soon as it comes back, I'll let you know. But there was a club. Aquarius used to do it all the time. His manager, you remember Aquarius, his first manager?
Yeah.
He passed away from like a heart attack, but he was in that video shoot.
Wow. Yes. It was a lot of people there.
It was a lot in that video.
So if y'all don't know, Vita used to model. She had her own little, almost small agency, pretty much.
Super small.
You know, had everybody. But you had a lot of people though. You was in contact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So even then, you had that business mind. But this show is about how you got from point A to Z. So tell me, like, what was the first business venture? What did you consider that your first business venture?
Honestly, no. My first, to me, business venture was when I was 14.
Oh,
we used to do.
I
did the groundbreaking for the YMCA on Justina Road. So that was my first, because that's when I learned about like what groundbreaking was, and the whole purpose of building a business from ground up.
Wow.
I used to tutor after school kids at the YMCA on Justina. Before they turn it into it's a police precinct now.
On Justina?
Yeah, on Justina Road.
No, they need that over there.
But initially it was cool and the kids were loving each other.
If you watching this and you in Justina, you need a police precinct.
They definitely do.
Okay.
I mean, it didn't need it initially, but yeah, so now it does.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. So 14, that was your first business venture.
Yeah.
So did that resonate in you to want to start something?
Yeah, I always wanted to help. So initially my businesses were always charitable. Always wanted to give back. So I
see you do a lot of that now.
I still do, yeah. I still do, but I just realized that it definitely does take money to make money and to be a philanthropist. So in order to give money, you have to have money. Like, you can't just be out here giving, and then, or you'll be giving a lot of yourself in exchange for money. So, yeah.
Wow. So you 14, you started that. Now you're transitioning into a teen, and you're going into your adulthood. Around what age did you start, like, with a business that's profitable, like making you some money?
So my profitable business was go-kart shopping. That was my first business.
I did some t-shirts for you.
Yes, you did. You did all my shirts, like, for every business.
Yeah,
gosh, you're crazy because I'm crazy. You was right there with me. But yeah, so we did go-kart shopping. It was a grocery delivery company before Shipped.
See, you was ahead of
Thank
everybody.
you. That's what I keep
Why did you stop?
I didn't have any money. I was broke. I was broke.
It was only the money, y'all. Because I want to stop on that segment real quick. She was literally ahead of everybody before the Amazon, before the what's the thing now you can the Uber Eats, the
all them Grubhub,
all DoorDash.
DoorDash.
Yeah, you were ahead of. No, you were really ahead of them.
Yeah, I told y'all that. Y'all, nobody wanted to listen.
Wow. And now everybody's doing it. Have you thought about redoing?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And of course, it's going to be catering to my Black-owned businesses for sure.
I think you should.
Oh, yeah.
Because you already had the setup for it.
I still have a whole business plan. I'm ready to hire people right now for it. Like,
you guys are here. You ready to hire. So we at go-kart shopping, right? And I remember those days. I remember you coming to my old office, getting the t-shirts and stuff. So you got go-kart shopping, and you say your main difficulties was money. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So you don't have enough funds to, I guess, pour into the business. What made you go into the business that you're in now? Like, where did the transition come in? The transition with
not having no money. Like, I was like, how can I get money? So, of course, not having a family or friends that had businesses that can, like, instill in me what to do next. I learned about credit, which wasn't taught to me in school or in my personal life.
Most of it.
For us. So I learned about credit. I read a book called How to Outsmart the Credit Bureau. It's an amazing book. I read it from beginning to end, and I did every single thing that was in the book.
How to Outsmart the Credit Bureau. Who wrote that? I need to read that too.
I can't remember his name, but you'll find the book because he has
How to
Outsmart the Credit Bureau. Yes, please.
Because I want to get that.
It's life changing. I also was able to help change a lot of other people's lives with that same knowledge. So I basically went from 3 clients because I started out. I did the credit repair on myself first. It was extremely easy, and it was very resourceful. So I was able to clear stuff off my credit basically by what you would call like crashing or slashing myths. Yeah. The myths were that these companies were government ran and all that kind of stuff. No. They LLCs and small businesses, just like
yeah.
you and I.
A lot of that stuff you know, found out later, like in my early 30s about that. Even the secondary credit bureaus, like the CoreLogic and all those other things, found that out late. But
out here just wilding.
Yeah. I crashed my credit a couple of times. Yeah, so
when I learned about that, I wanted to help other people, so I started hosting like credit repair classes at churches for free. Had some great responses. Yeah, I was doing a lot.
So we got go-kart shopping, and then you found out how to fix your credit. Then you started helping people fix their credit. Then you started a workshop to help other people, a group of people, fix their credit.
Yeah, I started the workshop. It was free initially, but then I learned that people don't really see the value of free, so they won't come into my free classes. But when I charged them for classes, they were like in attendance.
Yeah, because that money is in there. You got skin in the game now.
Right, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's all it took. So I started charging people to come. We did a couples credit repair called Credit Check and Chill, where I would make the couples responsible for each other's credit report. They would exchange credit reports. And they would hold each other accountable, basically. Hey, you got this business credit card, or you got this personal credit card for what? Dillard's, Victoria's Secret. Why? You know, let's limit that.
So how long did that go on?
So I did, it was called Core Credit Group. I had that going on for 2 years. I would have ran it for longer had it wouldn't just been me. But I started out with a group of us of like 5, and then it ended up being like me doing all the work. So
it was like an overflow of people.
Oh man, I had 200 customers from when I started in June. Yes, by myself. I lied to you not.
200 customers
by myself.
Wow.
All word of mouth. I did one commercial.
Where were you holding it at? Like, where were you hosting it at?
At my office downtown. I don't know if you ever been to my office
I've never
in San
been to
Marco.
the
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I was hosting everything at, and it was pretty dope. Like, a lot of people were doing what they were supposed to do with their credit.
I'm really learning some more stuff about
Yeah.
you that I didn't know, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I knew about the go-kart shopping.
You did my copper Core Credit Group shirt with the sweater. That was my credit. Yeah, that was my credit.
I thought it was for somebody else.
That was for me.
I remember the copper shirt. Wow, so you had 200. Okay, so you started this by doing your credit. Then you revved it up, started helping other people. Then you got a small group of people, start helping them.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Then it blew up even more, and now you got 200 people.
Yeah, it was more than I could handle.
So you stopped because you couldn't handle it?
It was health. It was it had an effect on my health. So I don't know if you know who Auntie Peaches is. So she has a herbal place.
Oh yeah, I heard about. I don't know who she is, but I've heard about her.
Cookbook.
Yeah,
she's helped
because I wanted to get
people.
some sea moss or something from her.
Yes. She has her natural herbs. She's healed people from cancer and everything.
Wow. She's here.
Yeah.
They got her alive. You know, they take people out.
She's alive and well. Wow. Part of it probably is because her husband is he's from Africa, and I think he's some type of royalty over there. So she's royalty there as well. So yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I went to her. She had just got her new machine where she can do a wet and dry blood analysis. So I let her do the blood analysis on me, and I had so much stress in my blood that she could see. She basically gave me a reading, past, present, and future through my blood. Wow. Yeah, so she was like, in all of her 20 years of doing that, she's never seen as much stress in my blood as...
How do they determine stress in the blood?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it had like these white... streaks across my blood cells, and also your blood cells are supposed to be like these bubble shapes. Right. Mine were honeycombing together, and when they were doing that, they were locking in my white blood cells.
So it's not allowing the blood to flow through how it should.
And to heal where it needs to heal. Right. So
let me real quick. So you had that, knowing like what made you know your health was going? Like what were you going through? Like, what were you experiencing to say, let me go see what's going on?
One, not being able to sleep, fatigue, mainly not being able to sleep. Right. I was getting a lot of phone calls, like, people getting evicted, or people wanting to borrow money, or, just a bunch
calling you to help them? Oh, because they knew you was the credit person.
Right, which that's all I did. Right. But I would get my feelings involved, I guess, in it, and so I would end up being a homegirl or sister or cousin.
That's always going on.
So that
you do that, it's going down. You got to keep it business. Dang, okay, so you got your health checked, and you start, did you start feeling better and you stopped doing the credit?
Well, I started doing it. I basically started weaning myself off of doing credit repair. So I would only help my friends in business, or I would help people who were referred to me that were in business. So I didn't feel like it was, I think what I was doing was giving too much of the game too soon to people who couldn't really handle it.
Right.
So I was giving like little tips and tricks that people really probably weren't ready for.
Yeah,
probably need more training, I would say.
Yeah, because credit is one of those things, like, if you don't understand it, you can make it more difficult than what it really is.
Yeah.
So you started just doing it off, just slowly, stopping it. Now, what did you do? Where's your head at then? Like, you saying, okay, I'm gonna stop doing the credit repair. What's your next thought? What are you trying to do next?
Well, I always wanted the grocery store to do my go-kart shopping out of.
Right.
So, and I got tired of making, like, when Dixie Rich, like, we started tailgate delivery. I don't know if you remember that, where we would pick people up in golf carts and take them back and forth to the stadium during the football games. And, of course, like, deliver beer or ice or whatever to their tailgating spot.
Yeah. So,
I was tired of making them rich, so I was like, I needed a product. That was one thing. And then the other thing was I wanted my own establishment. So, I had raised about $85,000 from doing credit repair in between.
Hold on, you raised it?
I made it.
Oh, okay,
like from doing credit repair. So I saved it. And so I took that money and I started a convenience store in Ashley Towers downtown.
I remember that. I went to the store, so I remember that. I remember your son being there working. He had everybody in there doing something, so nobody's lazy.
He's still the same. He just had 2 boys.
Do you still have the store?
No, I don't. So
that was a nice, but I remember
it was very nice.
Convenience store.
It was about 500 square feet. It was cool.
But it was nice. I remember.
The bodega,
So you had the store then. Now, I don't remember if you had the water in there or not at that time. Did you?
It came, so I started the store in 2016. The water came probably about 5 or 6 months later.
You had the store. So what made you stop? What made you close the store? Or what made you go into something else, like the next business venture?
So, remember I told you I wanted a product
right.
for doing the tailgate delivery. It was supposed to be a aloe-based sports drink because I was out there doing sports stuff.
Right.
But that cost way too much money. So, starting
you.
out, I wasn't ready. So I looked up Alkaline Water. I'm big on Dr. Sabi. It's my guy since 2010.
Did this? I mean to cut you off. Did this come from Auntie Peaches? As far as like once you got your health straight, okay. But this is your own research.
Yeah, Dr. Sabi's always been
Okay.
So that's part of why I went to Dr. Peaches or Auntie Peaches because she was into holistic health.
She checked your blood.
She is a doctor though, so she does deserve that title. Yeah. So I did the store. I got the water because I wanted to deliver that to the tailgating sites. But someone hit me up and was like, Michael Vick was looking for a water sponsor or a drink sponsor for their football camp. And I'm just like, okay. I responded to the message, but I didn't think it was actually going to go through.
I remember. I saw them pictures of Michael Vick.
It went through.
I'm a bit jealous because I never met him, and that's one of my favorite
I met him
football
several
players.
times, and he's so dope. He's so dope.
I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, you'll love it when you do meet him.
Yeah, we gonna meet soon, but I ain't met him.
You definitely will.
I wanted to meet him while he was playing, but
no, you need to meet him now with the whole V7 gear. You can design. It can be a William Boston V7 line or something.
I like the way you think.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So you meet up with Vic, and you supply the water, right? What happens next?
So that was after a month of us having the water. So initially, like I said, the water is supposed to be a product for go-kart shopping, but it ended up being its own business. So after I did Michael Vick football camp, One Decker contacted us with Hassan Whiteside. At the time, he played for Miami Heat.
Right.
So we were down there doing the charity event with Miami Heat. I met the owner of the Miami Heat, the coach.
And this is from the water?
All this from Alkavita.
Keep going.
I was like, what is going on?
So you meet Vic. You supply water for them. Then you meet Whiteside, right? And you down in Miami, back at the crib.
Right back.
You with the Heat. Now, where's your mind at when all this is happening? Because there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? You taking in. So where's your head at with as far as your business and what you're trying to do now? What do you see like vision wise?
Where my head was at was mostly fear because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I literally was winging everything.
Right.
But everybody was like, "Go Vita," so I'm like,
you
"No," you know. But honestly, I was scared. And I think that's what kind of made me step back a little bit because it's like, wait a minute, I don't really know my industry completely, like what I'm in right now, because it just took off after a month. So, so what was happening with the store, to go back there, it was on a dead street on downtown, the back street, and the apartments that we were in had a high turnover rate, meaning that they would house, it was like corporate apartments, so they would house people coming there to work at the hotels.
I remember that. They were above you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's 17 stories, so it was a good lick if the people were consistently living there. But they were in and out, which means that some of my snacks and stuff would go bad because my regulars weren't there anymore. So I basically was losing out. I started taking the money that I was making from the water and footing the bills for the store, and you don't ever want to mix business like that.
Right.
So I ended up closing the store down October 2018.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we're in 2021 now. That was 2018, right? You done met up with Vic. You down here with the heat. You done met with the organization. You got the water going. You take a step back because you want to learn the business. Where did it go to where it's at now, where you just like, okay, I'm about to go full steam with alkavita?
So when my store closed, I was like, I gotta go hard with alkavita because those are my two businesses. I had quit doing the go-kart shopping and the credit repair, so I refused to go work for anyone anymore. So I was like, I can't go back. So I learned the business aspect of things as far as making sure your DUNS number, which is like a social security number for your business. A SAMS number or registration, which will get you government contracted. At the time, I had no clue that my business is a hot commodity.
Wow.
It's a multi-million-dollar industry, if not billion.
Right.
Last year, I missed out on $5 million because I didn't have my cage code.
Wow. So the code you missed $5 million because you didn't have your. What's the cage code? Educate me on that because I don't know.
Okay, so if let's just say you wanted to do a side of William Boston Apparel where you provide undergarments for firefighters.
Okay.
All right, so you want to get a government contract for that. So you want to get your Dun & Bradstreet number. You want to get your SAMS registration. When you get your SAMS registration, they're going to assign you a cage code. This cage code is going to allow businesses or other, buyers to look for suppliers to fund or to supply their undergarments for their firefighters.
Wow.
So they go look for these people. Of course, they look for the lowest bid. So depending on how you're manufacturing, if you're doing outsourcing or if you're doing in-house, you can provide these bids for these people.
I need to get into that.
Listen, their bids for everything, even cleaning ice machines, $300,000.
Help me off camera.
I got you. I got you.
I need to get this together. I need to get this straight.
And then another thing is you want to get with the SBA.
Right.
You want to be either registered as a black-owned business. If you're a vet, you want to register as a veteran-owned business.
Because you get stipulations for that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's how I missed out on the $5 million because I didn't have my business listed as a disadvantaged business. So disadvantaged meaning that you make under a certain amount a year in your business.
I hope y'all listening. Get your business intact because had she had just one thing, she would have had $5 million to pour back into the business.
Yep.
But, all right, so you missed out on that, right? But it's cool.
Oh yeah, we good.
Because you're still afloat, right? So now, where did alkavita go to where it's at now? Because I want you to explain to the people what you're doing with the locations that you have and the bars. Because I when I saw it, I was like, yo, my dog is killing it.
Thank you.
I'm dead serious. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, just to see where both of us came from to where we're at now, but to see, like, your growth and what you're doing with it. I mean, it's amazing. I didn't, you know what I mean? You just don't, and then it's just like, boom.
It'd be like
Vita is doing it. So, explain, because I don't want to talk for you. I want you to explain what you got going on.
Well, when the store closed, I was like, I got to keep alkavita afloat.
Right.
And plus, people love the water. And I wasn't just selling, myself. I was selling health. because the type of water that I sell, it comes from a natural protected spring. So I just wanted to inform the Black community about drinking water and how dehydration, or how a lot of diseases stem from dehydration. And a lot of those diseases are listed for Black people. And there's also like this survey that is done every year that talks about the amount of sugary drinks that are being consumed by Black people. Yeah. And so, of course, it was horrible. So for the past maybe 4 years, water has been number one on the list. But what made me change was, just selling health. And then, honestly, I got pregnant, straight up. I was pregnant. I didn't know it. So from October to, it was 5 days before my birthday, I was sick as a dog, and I found out I was just drinking alkaline water thinking that was going to flush out whatever. No.
Trying to flush the baby out.
No. It was a whole baby up in there.
The baby was in there swimming
like,
enough
yo,
water.
what's good? So I was like, oh no, because that was when I was about to take off.
Right.
And I had all these plans, and then I got invited to the Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Wow.
So I wasn't about to turn down those events.
For the business?
For alkavita.
So you done got, Vic done hit you. You down here
Don't
with
make
the
me.
Then they call you for the Super Bowl. I need to roll with you, dog.
Listen, I don't know where this stuff be coming from. I just be thanking God every step of the way.
I feel you.
Every step of the way, just thanking God. So yeah, I ended up doing, I don't know if you know who Translee is, but he's, I love him.
Yeah.
I ended up doing an event with Translee.
I know that you like Translee and Big Crit.
Big Crit.
I know Big Crit.
I did an event with Big Crit. I think I willed that on myself. Like, this man actually had my product in his hand.
You did. You manifested it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So it was Big Crit and Bun B. So I'm working on Toby and Wingly right now, y'all. Fingers crossed.
No, you're going to make it happen. Listen, you done met Eric down the chain last, so they next.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I did the football event in Atlanta, I got a bunch of connects that I wasn't really expecting to get.
Right.
And they were just requesting the water. So when things were slow in Jacksonville, my water was booming in Atlanta. I have an aunt that lives up there. She stored half of my supply there. And I was going up there like maybe every 2 months while I was pregnant. Yeah, loading, dropping, shipping.
So, wow. Where is, okay. That's a lot, man. I didn't know all that was going on, right?
I know.
But that's amazing because it's just showing that your will to like not stop. And what happens when you keep going. So you just been pushing and pushing, and it's been taking you further and further. So where are we at now in present day and time? Where is Alkavita, and what are you trying to, not what you're trying to do, what are you doing? Because I see it, but for the people who don't.
So right now we still have the Alkavita Alkaline Water, but we've expanded. We have Alkavita Beverage Company, which right now I'm actually interviewing locals that make beverages, healthy beverages, to provide their product under our label, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Oh, hold on. So you subbing it, so they gonna be up underneath you now. Oh, you killing it, bro.
So that's one
crazy.
thing. That's one. They're gonna house it in the Alkavita Water Bar, which is a co-working space. But we serve healthy water, so you can get bubbly water, flavor, CBD water.
All of this came
water.
from this guy,
Yep.
from the water that she actually took time to invest into and learn the business. And even when things start happening super fast, step back. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do, is like, oh, let me figure out what's going on.
Reinvent yourself.
Yeah, reinvent yourself. To get to where you're at. So keep going. I mean to cut you off, but it's just I'm excited, man. I'm happy for you too. So you got the bar. I want to get into that, but go ahead. Tell me where we going.
So we got the co-working space. I did go to Flint. We didn't talk about Flint, but I went to Flint in 2018. It was a horrible experience, man. It was good giving back to the community.
Isn't that water still bad?
Still bad. They just recently arrested, I think it was like 4 city officials that had something to do with them okaying, crossing that pipeline over to get that bad water.
So did you supply water? How much did you supply?
We did about 4 pallets. It wasn't a lot, but
what's 4 pallets? Like how many gallons is that?
Gallons? I don't know. But 4 pallets, that's about 72 cases per. It was about
72 cases. We just gonna say that's a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Basically, I was able to connect with the city councilman of District 1, City Council Mays. He's like, you remember Joe Clark?
Yeah.
He's like the Joe Clark. He
yeah.
don't play. This man do not play.
Chain the doors.
When I came to this, he had me walking through the city council town hall like I was, I don't know, this big person.
Wow. In Detroit.
In Flint, in Michigan. We were in Flint. Yeah. So we went. It was literally.
You good? Yeah.
Oh, it was literally like a third world country because people kept hitting his phone asking them to deliver water.
Wow.
They had no water or they didn't trust their water source. So what I wanted to do there was bring a water store, which is something that's really popular on the West Coast because they suffer a lot of droughts. But it was politics in Flint because they were getting a lot of donations for like millions of dollars. However, they didn't want like outsiders to come in and do anything. So they wanted to do everything in-house initially, so I thought. And then the big people took over and they start hiring who they want to hire to bring things or provide things. I mean, look at the history of every time someone brings something here. A guy brought a machine that makes clean water out of thin air.
Yeah.
They destroyed it.
Yeah.
They destroyed it. Anyway.
So okay, so you did Flint.
Yep, did Flint. And
now, you're back in Jacksonville. You got so explain to them what you have going on now.
So the water store I wanted to put in Flint, but it didn't happen. So I brought it here.
Right.
And what it is everything water. So we provide water dispensers, 5-gallon jugs, refills.
So is this a place that I can go and sit at and?
Well, the water bar is.
The water bar, okay.
So the hydration station is where you come and refill your 5-gallon jugs. You get bags of ice. You get water filters, shower head filters. We do free.
Shower head filters?
There's chlorine that comes out of your shower in gas form.
The filter is filtering out the chlorine. I need one of them because this water hard.
Oh yeah, Jacksonville's number 3 in the city.
I got put on cocoa butter every night.
Yeah, it's number 2 or 3 in the state of Florida for hard water.
Yeah, it's hard water.
It's bad.
So you have a filter that, and this is yours.
Yeah.
That filters out the water.
Yes.
So that you can have cleaner water on your body.
Yeah, because you're supposed to take quick showers.
I'll be in there for a long time.
I love long showers. However, but that because of what's in the water, you're supposed to only be in there a short time. But with the shower head filters, you're able to stay in there as long as you want.
Wow. Okay. So we got the hydration bar.
Hydration station.
Hydration station.
And the water bar.
That 2 times. And the water bar. So how does the water bar work? We're gonna wrap up in a minute, but how does the water bar work?
Water bar is a co-working space, so you can. We actually have a private room that you can rent out to do your podcast, TikTok, whatever you want to do in there by yourself. Yeah.
Do the podcast.
I want you to do the podcast there. Then we have.
Y'all heard it. So
we have dividers where you have your own little co-working space where it has a booth, and in front there's a Murphy desk that folds down. You put your laptop on there and you're working. But the whole time there's a bartender there serving flavor and healthy water.
I want to just ask one more question. How did you come up with this? Like, what
I'm glad you asked that because that was my next thing.
What made you think of this?
This is for you.
That's genius.
This for you.
Go ahead.
So, I always wanted the water bar. I mean, the hydration station, but the water bar came from Jay Alexander. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
So he's part owner of FUBU.
Yeah.
So I met him on Clubhouse.
Oh, you met him on Clubhouse. Before Clubhouse is what it is now.
Yeah.
I've been on it
before.
Months ago.
Yeah. So we talked for a long time. He was like, yo, I got friends that got their own water bottle companies, but no one has a water store that I know of. He's like, you're killing it. So he's like, I need to know what's in your brain. So we scheduled a consultation for like 30 minutes. And he's like, well, listen, I'm pretty innovative myself. He was like, how much space do you have in your hydration station? And coincidentally, I ended up getting both locations right next door to each other. But one of them was supposed to be used just for storage. He's like, use a storage for storage and use that place to make some money. So he was like, why don't you do a water bar and serve healthy drinks like all day next to your hydration station? And I'm like, yo, I love that idea. So I was like, how about I take it a step further and have it a co-working space? He was like, I love that.
Wow, that's amazing.
We linked up. He's coming to the grand opening February 20th. I plan on connecting you. Yes.
I'm there.
I know you're there.
I done met Damon, and I done talked to Damon a couple of times, but I never met Jay. I never met him.
He's bringing FUBU back to the forefront.
Yeah, he is.
I think he just recently had T.I. wear some frames.
Yep.
So it's coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't forget about me.
I'm not. What?
I'll be
You're
there.
Yeah,
I want to meet him. I met Damon, and I talked to Damon a couple of times. That's amazing, man. This is crazy. This is wild. This is what you do. This is what happens, though. And this is what this podcast is about. She started from point A, you guys, and she's now to point Z where she has her own water bar and hydration station. Right? She done worked with Michael Vick. She done worked with the Miami Heat. She done went to Flint, Michigan. It's just an array of things showing that she never stopped and kept pushing and, got to point Z, like where you at now. So we're going to wrap it up, but where do you see yourself going like in the next year or two? Like where do you see Alkavita Water?
In 2 years, I want to franchise to families. I want to take that whole, what was that movie about McDonald's? The founder.
Oh, the founder. Yeah.
I want to take that whole little thing where you're making families franchise your business.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love to see hydration stations, all over Florida, owned by Black families, to make generational wealth.
Yeah, it's gonna happen too.
Mhm.
That's what's up, man. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. But this is what the podcast is about. Like, I didn't know a lot of the stuff that you just said. Of course, we know of each other, you know what I mean? But the rest of the stuff, I didn't know none of that, man. And I'm just happy. I'm proud of you,
Thank
too.
you.
You know what I mean? So we gonna wrap it up. I want you to...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No. Tell me about that real quick. Tell me about this, because this is like, it plays music, too, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought you had something that play, or...
This lights up to remind you to stay hydrated. It connects to an app on your phone, and it'll light up.
So it's water in there.
It's water in here. So
throughout the day, this will light up and say, "Hey, you drink your water."
Yep. It's kind of corny too, so it'll send you little jokes like, it'll show a picture of a cactus and it'll be like, "Drink," or you'll be a cactus.
And what is this called?
This is it's just our Alkavita Smart Water Bottle. Like I said, it connects to an app, and it'll tell you where your progress is daily. As you can see, I've only done 38% of drinking my water, which is horrible.
Let me see this. Can you see? Can you see this on there? It's an app. Tells you when to drink your water. She's at 20. You doing bad right now.
Horrible, y'all. And it's coming from.
That's amazing, man.
But
That's dope.
So yeah, it lights up. You can program it to light different colors. They'll be available at the water bar. And I'm thinking about allowing people to, brand themselves on it.
I want one.
Okay, I got you.
When is the water bar opening?
So we're doing a soft launch on the 25th, which is my birthday.
Okay.
So of course you're invited.
The 25th of what?
Like January, like next Monday.
Oh yeah. I'm there. Count me in.
Yeah. And then the grand opening for both is on February 20th.
Dope. I'm there, man. I want you to, if you get a second, I'm gonna say some words real quick. But I just want you to be able to give some tips, some words of advice to any entrepreneurs that's trying to come up. You know what I mean? And then any shout outs you want to give or anything like that. We're gonna make sure all your handles, your social media handles on here.
Okay.
But get that together. I really want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this. This is what this is about, connecting with different entrepreneurs. As you can see, my friend Vita is amazing. Her mindset is truly amazing for the things that she's doing and the things that she's about to do. And this is what this is all about, man. Taking what you have in your head, starting from point A and getting to point Z. So I look forward to talking with other entrepreneurs. I'm so happy you made it. You know what I mean? I'm glad you got the water. It's telling you to drink. Let me see you drink. Hold on. I gotta see it.
I'm just making it glow. See?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave us with some. We got some entrepreneurs. We got some people who want to get in business, right?
Yeah.
And they have different struggles. You had your struggles with the go-kart shopping. You didn't have enough money for that. You had opportunities where you could have made $5 million. You didn't have your number correct or whatever, but you kept going. What do you tell, and specifically for young black women trying to get into any business or just business in general, what do you say? You talk to the
So for young black women, I suggest that you find your passion. And then once you find your passion, you make it make money. And the way you make it make money is learning it in and out. There's so many levels to learning, period. There's so many levels to learning. So learn your passion through and through. And it'll make room for you, literally. So that's what I would suggest starting out. And also I would suggest having a team that actually sees your vision and that wants to go through it with you. A lot of times you're going to be alone, and that's okay, because at the end you'll finally get your team or your tribe that you're looking for, and they're going to support you 100% and make sure you go all the way.
Wow. Amazing. Hey, man, that's it right there, man. From A to Z with WB, I got Vita in the building. Make sure y'all hit her up. Make sure you check out the water bar, the hydration station. We're going to be in there because we're going to try to move the podcast over there. So stay tuned in, man. I want y'all to be blessed, stay educated, and stay motivated.
That's right.
From A to Z with WB. We out of here.